Now, this is something in the past that has obliterated my focus and my motivation to attempt any of the tasks I actually need to complete or want to complete. And it's like a leech, and everyone gets affected by it. It's horrible infection. Everyone's affected by it. It doesn't matter how motivated you are, how important the task is, this thing will always find a way to get in the way. And that is procrastination. Now, I do a lot better with procrastination these days personally because I found some methods that work really well for me. In this video, I've made a list of things that I think will help you massively get over procrastination and actually be productive as much as you'd like to be, so you can get the things done much quicker, be much more productive, smash goals quicker, and just be an absolute boss of your fucking life. Right, the first and most basic one, and I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard this advice already before, but it's to just take the first couple steps. It could be as simple as, let's say you're doing work on your laptop. The first step is you sit down on your chair, you open your laptop up, and you open the work. And from there, all you have to do pretty much is think. Obviously, it depends on your task. If you're writing something, if you're researching something, whatever it is, if it's right in front of you, it's much harder to avoid doing. Once you've completed the first step, okay, that's done. You move on to the next one, then the next one, and then you start to build momentum. And naturally, your brain will just start thinking of the solution to the next problem that you have. You'll then be a lot more inclined to want to figure out the problem and solve it because you're already in that headspace. You've already started working, you already solved a few problems before. Now your head's into the work, and using that momentum, you'll just start doing it. Even if you didn't feel like it before, you're just sort of in there, your brain's focused, you're solving problems, and it makes you feel good, so you'll just keep going. And obviously, as you work through your tasks and the little problems that you're having, you can gradually increase the complexity as you go along. You can move on to harder tasks, and it'll just keep, again, you're just building momentum, you'll keep going. That just shows how powerful just taking the first few steps can be. And from then on, it's just an upward trend. It will keep going up. Now, personally, this next one I think is probably the most important one because a lot of people probably don't do this, but it's to eliminate distractions. The main distraction will be your mobile phone. So for me, I'll put it on Do Not Disturb, and then I can put it on the other side of the room, put it on charge. And for me, that's enough to allow me to focus on my work and not worry about what's going on my phone. But obviously for some people, that may not be enough. So you can put it in another room, turn it off, whatever it is. If there's a TV on, if there's music in the background, switch all those things off, remove your phone, remove anything that could possibly distract you, and sit down at your desk, sit down on your laptop, and do the work. When I started using this little technique of removing distractions, simply putting my phone on Do Not Disturb mode and putting it on charge on the other side of the room, my productivity increased like tenfold, and I was quite surprised. I thought, I don't think it's making much of a difference because it's still going to be like within reach, it's still in the room. But no, when it's on Do Not Disturb and your phone's not dinging and making noises, I didn't even think about it. It may be different for other people. Other people might have to remove it from the room itself. That's fine. If that works for you, then do that. Now the next one will really help because a lot of the time when people have something they have to do, a task, whatever it is, especially if it's a big task, you can view the entire thing and be instantly overwhelmed and think, oh, bro, I don't know where to fucking start. This is annoying. This is just gonna piss me off. You just instantly feel more stressful. Your palms start getting sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous.
But if you break down the whole task into smaller steps, it is a game changer. Literally, just break it down one thing at a time. Bang, 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 bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it may be. Now, I'm going to use a simple example here. Cleaning your room, and let's say your room's an absolute state. You've got clothes everywhere, there's rubbish everywhere, it's like, you need to hoover the floor, it's marks all over the wall, and it's just fucking pigsty. But if you break it down into, okay, first you'll start with your chest of drawers, okay? You clear that little section off, then you move on to your desk, then you move on to your floor, then your bed, and just continue with each individual one thing, and then next thing you know, it's clean. Simple as that. But breaking it down into smaller tasks is a game changer, and it will help you so much. This is something that I do every single day, and I've found it so helpful, is to plan your daily tasks. This is another method you can use to break down an entire project into individual steps, which immediately is going to take away the stress, or at least most of it. So like I said, I typically do my to-do list at the end of each day, so it helps me keep on top of what I need to prioritize, and it means that I'm not looking at my entire to-do list of just overall tasks and getting completely overwhelmed, because you just look, because if you've got a task of 100 things to do, obviously you're going to get overwhelmed. But if you have like a daily task sheet, a to-do list, let's say you put, I don't know, 5 or 6 things on there, depending how big they are, then it's going to be a lot more encouraging to look at the little list, see you've only got, you got like 4, 5, 6 things on there to do. You smash them out by, not even when the day's ended, you're like, okay, sick, I've got all my things done, I feel a bit more fulfilled, there's less stress, you feel better. Now, a lot of other people may do their to-do list, let's say on like the end of the week, so I guess some people will do their entire like week to-do list on like a Sunday. If that works for you, that's fair enough, stick to doing that. But for me personally, I found what really helps is to do a daily one. Now, you don't have to spend half an hour thinking super deeply about what needs to be done. I literally I have my to-do list. They're all like pretty vague tasks. Then I'll look what I need to prioritize. Okay, right, that goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there, and that's easily something that can be achieved in a day. You feel better for it, and it's going to allow you to get so much more done. Now, the next point, this kind of jumps off what I was just saying in the last one, in terms of prioritizing your tasks. You want to order your tasks in a priority-based kind of fashion. If you've got like 100 things to do on your list, it can very easily be like, how the fuck am I going to figure out what to prioritize here? Especially if it's just like a bunch of stuff that kind of needs to be done, but there's other things more important, there's other things less important, but still need to be done. It can be all very confusing. Now, there's a book I read how many years ago now. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There was a method introduced to me in this book called the Eisenhower Matrix, and I'll show you in a second what this looks like and how it works. So on this whiteboard, there is 4 quadrants. So you have, I can't read backwards, bloody hell. Here we go, let me back a little bit. Okay. Here we are. So on this side, you have urgent and important. This quadrant is urgent and not important. This one is not urgent and important. And this one is not urgent and not important. But the ones in this top quadrant here, if it's urgent and important, it will be on the top of your priority list. If it's not urgent, but it is important, that's something you can reschedule. You can place it on your to-do list. Yeah, urgent, but not important. So this could be something that you could delegate to someone else, or it's something that you kind of do like after your most important tasks. This last one here, which is not urgent and not important. Now, if anything ends up in here, get rid of it. You don't need to do it. If it's not important and not urgent, it doesn't need to be in your head. It doesn't need to stress you out. Honestly, the only things that really count are in these 3 quadrants here. This method, the Eisenhower Matrix, once again, this is from the book that I read a few years ago called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The author is Stephen Covey, and I use this matrix quite often now, and it's so helpful. If you've got a massive to-do list, this will help you organize your tasks, and then you'll actually be able to get started without being stressed and I don't know what to start on, because this is important, but so is this and this one and that one. This will help you break it down into small steps, so you can see individual tasks, and it will make tackling these tasks way less intimidating. Obviously, you need to be realistic about how much work you can achieve in one day. Or let's say you decided to lose 10 pounds of fat in a week. Again, that's impossible. Even if you didn't eat, that's impossible. But on the flip side, that doesn't mean you can pick something that's going to take you half an hour to do for the entire day and be like, yep, okay, I've done my to-do list. Easy, that's calm. All right, on to the next thing. I can chill now for the next 10 hours. No, you can't do that. You need to be realistic and actually have a set amount of tasks that you can complete in a day. You know, obviously not overstretch yourself where it's going to take you like 12 hours to complete a lot of it, and it's also not going to be super easy where you can smash it out in half an hour and then be like, yeah, okay, I've done my daily tasks, now I can just chill, do whatever I want for the rest of the day. No. Make sure it's a nice medium in the middle where you've got your tasks that you can achieve in one day, but you're not going to overdo it and you're not going to underdo it. On the last point, you need to understand it will take some effort to beat procrastination. Usually it will not be easy, and of course you'll have to push yourself to complete the tasks. There is no perfect method that's 100% effective, that's going to work perfectly to make your hard tasks feel like they're super easy and it's like effortless. It's not realistic, it's not going to happen. But if you actually properly implement the methods that I've given you in this video, you will see a big increase in your productivity, as long as you actually do them properly and commit to them and don't also procrastinate applying the methods too. Don't half-ass it, otherwise it will not fucking work. But of course, you can apply that to everything in life. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, it means the world to me. My goal of 2024 is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and that would not be achievable without the help of you guys. So if you've got a friend of yours who's also always procrastinating and being lazy, send this to them. Hopefully they can get something out of it too. Also, feel free to check out my other social medias. I've got Instagram, I've got TikTok, I've got Twitter. Now go and get some fucking work done. Peace.